Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Let it go. Let it go.
Relatively average food with a relatively decent atmosphere.
Avengers, avenger thee, I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, let it go. Strike the master, hold, from the very soul. Avengers, avenger thee, I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, let it go. Avenger thee, I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, let it go. Let it go. Strike the master chord, draw the flaming sword. Chorus, an avenger the I invoke, thee I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Let it go, let it go. Strike the master chord, draw the flaming sword. Chorus, avenger the I invoke. Strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Horus, Avenger, Avenger thee. I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 11, 10, 9, 9. Let it go, 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 go. Strike, the master chord. Draw, the flaming sword. Horus, Avenger, Avenger thee. I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Let it go, 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 go. Strike, the master chord. Draw, the flaming sword. Horus, Avenger, Avenger thee. I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Let it go, 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 go. Strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Horus, Avenger, thee I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, let it go, 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 go. Strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Horus, Avenger, thee I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, let it go, 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 go. Strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Horus, Avenger, thee I invoke thee, I invoke. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, let it go, 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 go. Strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Horus, Avenger, Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, 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 hold. Let it go, 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 go. Strike, strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Horse, 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 horse. Avenger, the iron rope, the iron rope. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Hold, 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 hold. Let it go, 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 go. Strike, strike the master chord. Draw, draw the flaming sword. Horse, 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 horse.
Just like to facilitate.
Yeah, so
Just
it
like-
was CM.
Like what you
That's
do
why I-
is like you hang out for like a week with chillers, then it's just like a bunch of chimps like screaming over each other. And then like you
Okay.
open gun talk and you're like, okay, so guys, like I do want this. First, it needs to be on concrete and bars and sending the chaos speaking to 10 hours. Because they said something ridiculous.
Well, listen, CM just asked me, somebody just, whoever asked, Benjamin or whoever, it was, James asked me, would I kill a baby if God told me to? And then I said what I should do. I ought to, but I don't know that I would. And then CM chimed in and said, you're disgusting or whatever he said, right? Sasha, can you?
The video. Like which elements are those? Because I know gold has to be created in supernova explosion.
Yeah. Gold, uranium, heavy metals.
There is a situation in which it is obligatory to kill a baby.
Yeah, which ones? I mean, not.
No.
I mean, I don't know, like, let's say if you don't kill this baby, like everyone dies. And then you should kill the baby.
Under what circumstances would that be the case?
What?
I just have
Baby's gonna grow to be Hitler. Like, I still wouldn't kill that baby.
I don't just like imagine like someone kidnaps you. It's like hey, if you don't kill this child, I'm gonna like set off a nuclear bomb or something. I don't know.
I mean, again, we start playing some comic book stuff like that. I don't know. Talking about in real life, I wouldn't.
Zombies, yeah. If a baby is a zombie, dude,
If somebody says that they won't kill another person,
for me, that's sort of enough of that.
Wait. If somebody says they won't kill another person in general, as a personal rule,
by
are you
attacking
saying
Darshon,
that they
leaving
should
him
kill
severe
that
and permanent
person?
injuries, including
That,
a broken neck,
like,
damage to
whether
his
it
cervical
be a
spine,
baby or
permanent
an adult, if a
Forgive me,
bomb would
how?
be set up? Are you saying it has
It's Andrew being somebody told him to kill a baby or kill his mother, and God commanded him to do something that he knew or he should know is moral. He thinks he should do it. He actually said he would do it. Hold on, Andrew. I mocked you to high heaven for that shit.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know who moved CM down, but let me just say this: killing somebody or killing a baby for me is just that is a morally neutral act. So I don't agree with this automatic. It's laden with it's wrong attitude that people have. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it makes sense. I can kind of understand where they're coming from, but
position out there. But I'm just saying, like, it seems like the question was phrased when it's like, oh, if you don't kill X individual, a nuke will go off. Would a person be wrong for not subscribing to killing that individual, whether it be a baby.
Yeah, I'm saying yes. I think it's a moral mistake to not kill the child in that situation.
That's morality to you people.
Well, no, I disagree with that. Why? I don't agree with Sasha on this. I don't think that you kill an innocent baby to save the planet or save a bunch of people. Now we differ on that because we have different, I don't know, different ethical positions. The way we understand morality is different. So, but the point here is like there are people who are going to think that it's okay to kill a baby, given X circumstance, whatever it is. And if you think there are justifications, then in principle you think that maybe God might have them. The other thing is, I would say the justification.
That doesn't follow though, right? Because I told you, all justifications applying to God actually seems pretty difficult.
No, wait a second. So, that's going to be. Well, we can talk about that. But the point is,
usually the scenarios I lay out are like ones that are like causal constraints, and God is not bound by those for the most part, right? So.
But if we put up some, it wouldn't be much be that. But if we put in all of
you can give other like answers, like you can. But I'm just saying it doesn't follow from because there are circumstances where we agree it's fine, that those circumstances are one that's good God could find stuff.
Well, it's more like not the identical circumstances, but the consideration of let's preserve life and kill this baby to save life. That's a consideration that God can have, and there can be justifications, and there's certain metaphysical constraints that could just be such that God must do this in order to bring about that certain good. So I'm just saying
that's a different limitation than just causal constraints.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying I'm not picking out. I'm not saying like. Go ahead.
You were saying that because they accept this, like just in general, that there is some circumstance. They need to accept it for God. I'm saying that's not true.
No, I agree. But I'm saying if somebody thinks that there are circumstances in which it is okay to kill a baby, or that you're obligated even to kill a baby for some produced outcome, then it can be that principle can apply to God. And it's reasonable to think that there would be circumstances.
That's not true.
Wait. You don't think that it's right? If there was something where it is the case that God must do this to bring about certain things.
Wait, sorry. Just you understand? Like I'm saying, hey, here's one example of you should kill a child. Like if you don't, like everyone does.
The source is the currency.
That justification just doesn't hold to God because God
Shut
can
off the printers and.
No. I get that. No, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying certain. If given the metaphysical constraints, libertarian freedom, all these different things that God is going to be operating through, if it's the case that certain outcomes will happen if he doesn't do certain things, it can be just a life it can be, this life is not harmed, I have the authority to take it. It's not harmed in the sense that it goes straight to heaven immediately, and it's not, the taking of a life is 1913.
What does that mean, metaphysical constraints?
Yes, it's interesting you say that because it used to be the Federal Postal Bank.
In general, permissible. Wouldn't have to
I was just going to say that was. I was just going to say that used to be the Federal Postal Bank, and then
Titanic, Jekyll Island, yada yada yada. Okay, now we are here in 2025. Congratulations, you have just time traveled.
Yeah, Bitcoin. It's all about Bitcoin now.
See, the end goal is they want fully domesticated humans that own nothing. They go to work, they come home, they sit in their house until they go to work again, and then they eat the fucking bare minimum of food that's fucking 3D printed. They want us completely domesticated. They want us as fucking gerbils that do their bidding while they go ahead and they fly fucking private jets around.
They're streamlining humanity as slaves, all right? They want to kill us when we're like 65, so we can't get the
look at Canada with
all
the
the money out of the government, the Social Security.
The medical.
Canada is like
They're killing people.
organs for a profit too.
Well, right now, Glenn Beck is trying to save a woman. He's trying to. They're trying to get her to do medically assisted suicide rather than get fixed. And he's trying to, save her, get her flown to America to get her the operation she needs. And then you got this other person there, one of their elected officials or one of their officials, saying that it's just a ploy by, this right person on the right that's just trying to do it for their own shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do betting on this. What's that website that does dumb bets?
I have no idea. Well, here's the other take that I have on this. Okay, in my opinion, which I'm sure that other people in this space agree, America is the best country to ever live in. We have the privilege to live in this country because we were born in this country. We are American citizens. If you come across our border,
You know what I found out?
my border,
About the
you
world?
do not have the
No
same
matter
rights
where it is
as
in the
we
world,
do as
There's
legal
hot,
American
beautiful women
citizens.
everywhere from
So
every
when
single
these
country in the world.
stupid people
Except Smelly.
stand in front of
Except
ICE,
Smelly.
stand wherever with their dumbass fucking signs and say, they want due process. Well, you know what, motherfucker? I want due process. I have a more right to a due process than anybody that is not a United States citizen with a social security number and a driver's license that is not taken out of a claw machine in a truck stop. I want due process.
Are you like, you listen here, you little man?
Oh, please! I'll sit there and tell him. Listen here, little man. You have no right to be here. I am not afraid. Trust me. You're fucking right. I would. I would tell anybody.
We need you down at ICE. Tell me about it. Yeah, go get my ex-husband. He's in Montreal somewhere.
Hey, I'll be more than glad to come to ICE, and I'll tell every motherfucking one of them, including the little Timu terrorist you got up there, because I'm not afraid of none of them.
Well, and I was just having a discussion with me and Tommy. Were having this. Well, actually, it was more than just me and Tommy, but a bunch of us were having a discussion with this lady that wasn't a regular down there as she was walking back to her car and talking about due process. And you look at how quickly they flooded this country with illegals, and think about how long it would take and how much money it would take to run every one of them through the legal system and pay for their public defender and all this other shit. We'd be completely out of money and time. There's no fucking way we could do it in the amount of time we'd need to.
Oh,
it's just absolutely ridiculous.
1964, sociologists made a Cloward-Piven strategy where they would overload the social systems, as in bringing in immigrants to sign up for social programs, welfare, and they would have to restructure. So Obama is also guilty of talking about Cloward-Piven strategy at one of his speeches. And that's what he was thinking of when he was in presidency. I think that would have been a lot worse if Hillary got it.
If Hillary got in, she would be in jail within the first 10 fucking days with her dumbass shit. And I'll say this, Shane, I challenge you to go up to somebody that says they want due process. Ask them this fucking question. Do you even know what due process is? That's the first question you should fucking ask them. And then, whenever you pull out and print out what due process is this due process? It's a piece of fucking paper. It's the actual definition of due process. You will get the most negative response because these people are not intelligent. They do not know how to do research. They do
Get
not
a writ
care.
of mandamus, a warrant.
Due process out here is like you get Lyme disease. You get Lyme's disease and then you fart stealth.
Well, no, there's like freaking tiers of first there's reasonable suspicion, like this guy's in the area, right? And there's a crime in the area. And then there's like probable cause, like, oh, the description of the guy, he's wearing blah, 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 he has a cut on his left hand, blood all over, blah, blah, blah. Then you get to arrest, and then you get to have a due process.
Stealth parts is the due process they get when they sneak in over here.
Their argument, is yes, they committed a crime, so they are entitled.
There's a huge fight going on.
They are entitled to have a judge and a jury and all this other shit. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's got to go through levels of Devor.
Levels of divorce.
Devor. BRV.
Yeah, boy, just threw a hammer at him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's
No,
an axe.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Oh, he just hit his car.
Keep going.
Oh, so to have the due process, you have to have all your rights told to you and checked off on a checkbox, I would say. Go back to Houston.
Okay. Did you say you live in Canada?
Holy shit!
I live on the border.
Okay, all right.
But you live in one or the other, though, right? You live in Canada?
Oh, well, my parents lived in Canada, so I grew up there till I was like 18.
No, I'm asking where you're a resident of now. Are you a resident of...
New York.
Okay, so you're a U.S. citizen. That's what he was asking. If you're a citizen of USA or Canada.
Okay, so if you are a United States citizen and you walked across the Canadian border, if you did or did not have dual citizenship, what do you think is going to happen to you?
Say, what's up? Right now, push it up. Right now.
So all entrances are subject to further investigation. All right,
And
so
if they
you're
find
like
that you
flashing
are not
your
allowed
card
to
like
be
a
there.
freaking Wayne's World walking into a freaking concert. What's his name again?
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my question is this: if you snuck back into Canada, you swam across Niagara Falls and actually made it without falling over the falls, and you are found to be in Canada or any country for that matter, what do you think should happen?
Well, you get charged with an EWE, same as the United States, entering without inspection. That means that you didn't check
You
in.
have the right. Okay, so that's a crime.
Yeah, it could be a crime. It's up to the discretion of the agent.
Up to the discretion of the agent. Okay, so if you are found to be guilty of a crime, do you believe that you should have that the country should pay for a lawyer, and spend $10,000 to $15,000 to even $20,000?
Well, the Constitution does not specify, okay? It just says that all men are created equal. We all have the same rights, but it doesn't say that we have the same federal guarantees. I don't know. You have to go constitutional at that point, right?
So I can clarify that a little bit. So that's true. The U.S. Constitution provides certain protections to all individuals physically present in the country, regardless of their immigration status. That means that undocumented immigrants have rights under the Constitution, including due process and equal protection under the law. And that's under the Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution, which ensures that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. That means that undocumented immigrants have these rights, and they are subject to a fair hearing and deportation proceedings according to the Constitution. So you got to read the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution, which basically outlines that if you cross this border, you have the right to due process. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. And what's dumb about the Constitution, it was made back in 1776. The Bill of Rights was in 1791. So we're looking at laws that are 200 and some odd years, 250 years old almost, and we're still living by them. It's ridiculous. I mean, that's why we have amendments, right? But now it's so hard to amend the Constitution, which was purposeful, that it's going to be hard to get people to do that. That was the problem with the government shutdown, is we couldn't get, a majority of the states to, the Senate to agree. But yeah, the bottom line is the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution provides illegal immigrants with the right to due process.
We also have the right to arrest them too.
Hell yes.
Ron's had his hand up for a really long time now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see any handshake. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I apologize.
Hey everybody. Something to consider is the Russians during their state meetings and press conferences, they say that the U.S. has weaponized their currency, meaning at $39 trillion, you might think that we are spending our money maliciously for international war or making money or inflating the stock market or just keeping the whole global system, going on dollars. The Russians also say that we are planning on essentially resetting our national debt through the usage of CBDCs and other stablecoins like Bitcoin or Ethereum, meaning that somehow we're going to dupe the world into essentially not calling it bankruptcy, but devaluing crypto or devaluing, whatever the theories are. Trump has accused China of being the biggest currency manipulator on the planet, but that's all projection. It's obvious that the United States is the number one money printer on the planet. If you go to usdeck.org and you see all the other countries combined and all their debt, it's nothing compared to what we have pulled off. And the fact is, this money cannot be paid back, even if all Americans were to up their taxes 100% and for 10 years work their asses off. So we have done a skim or cheated the world in a way, but there's nothing that the world can do about it because of our aircraft carriers, our submarines, our tanks, our perimeter, our Wall Street. The whole planet is just fixated on our dollar, on our Wall Street, on our media, on our drama. So it's the biggest parade going. And it's just my opinion, but it's a giant Ponzi scheme. But the whole planet, anybody involved in fiat currency is essentially pulling a Ponzi scheme.
The reason we're in this mess is because we've been giving away all of our fucking money to the rest of the world for so damn long and acting like the world police is part of our fucking problem. And then Freedom Hammer had his hand up next.
I was
just going to touch on that. On that rights thing. Okay, that wasn't designed on traitorous people letting in people in mass. Okay, so we got to look at that.
And it wasn't designed for millions and millions of people.
Yeah. I want to be very clear when I say this. Okay. Everybody has the right under the Fifth Amendment to due process. They're getting the due process. They are seeing a judge. The judge is ordering them to be removed from the country. I want to be very clear. My point to that whole spiel is how much due process does someone need to have, and how much of our taxpayers' money, and I mean all of our taxpayers' money that are sitting in this space and on the internet and in Discord and wherever the fuck else, how much more money do we have to waste for the end result? You go and see an immigration judge. You are not here legally. You must leave. How much more simpler does it take? As I said, I want to be very clear. I support legal immigration, not somebody just walking across my border that our military and law enforcement officers protect because somebody behind an auto pen says, oh, this is okay. We'll defend that later.
Yeah, and invites them in. Oh, sure, why not? Come on over. But Funkmaster had his hand up next.
Yeah, that is a strategy. They're like, by the time it comes to account, we'll have an excuse, a really elaborate psychological control CIA style excuse ready by the time we have to answer for this. So let's just shovel them into the door as fast as possible. And one thing that people on the left fail to understand is that territory by force is a natural construct. So animals do it, we do it. It's just top to bottom natural. So you're rejecting nature, and that's what's happening.
Well, and they also did it to create a problem that they knew Trump was going to have to deal with, that they could villainize him over.
100%.
Did you just say territorial by force?
Territory by force. So if the neighbor gets cat jumps into my yard,
to the best land that's going to have the best yield, that's going to be best for your family to carry humanity into the future.
Tell that to the wolves. Tell that to the bears. Tell that to the tigers. Tell that to the birds. Tell that to my cat. He won't listen to you.
They do that. Like, I seen a moose. They run.
The neighbor's cat comes here. He is getting jacked. He's going to the vet if he comes near my cat.
Iceman?
I was just going to say on that due process thing, so that's a good thing. An important part of due process is the right to have a lawyer, but it doesn't apply in all cases. So, like immigration proceedings, you may not actually receive a court-appointed attorney. So, Spin, you're right. I mean, judge and the judge makes a decision, and that was one of the things that came up to bring this conversation way back to Tommy. Is in that meeting tonight they were talking about taking $250,000 of county taxpayer money and giving people legal protection. So all these NGOs that provide legal protection for immigrants, they're wringing their hands because they have all these lawyers, these young lawyers that want to protect these immigrants, and they want them to all have lawyers before they go to court, which is just going to slow down the process and cost people more money. So I agree with what you said, Spin. I don't think that. I mean, they just need to get to a judge and get out, and that should be the legal process. Forget about having, if they can have an attorney, great, but they just need their court case heard and get them out. Get her done.
And here, I agree with that, Shane, and thank you, Iceman, for validation. I really appreciate that. I just don't feel that we should use the resources of the taxpayer to.
What are you talking about? It's like 5% our money and like 95% printed from fucking the Fed.
Can we? We're gonna. There's a lot of people who want to talk. Can we start using hands?
Here's my last thing I want to say about this. Okay, wherever the money comes from, in my opinion, it is a waste of printed money for the same result. You committed a crime.
Destructive result. It's destructive. It makes inflation.
But we did not create it. We did not create that destructive result. It was created for us. And we are here defending, in this space and any other space, and in this country, we are fighting to solve this creation and the pure outlandish stupidity of an administration of the last 4 years. It should not listen. The president's job is to run the country and make the best decisions he can for the country. Not sit here and fight every emu terrorist or protest because, oh my God, he's getting rid of people that should not be here at a very big expense. More than what any administration that I have been alive has done. Why is it the American taxpayers' fault? Who is responsible? We know who's responsible. That person should be jailed, buried under the jail, and not pass go or collect $200. That's my opinion. That is a personal opinion. The President of the United States is doing everything in his power, and might I add, being fought every step of the way to keep our country safe. And unfortunately, the United States works on money, just like every other country. We are taking a financial hit because of the last administration. Bottom line, the second and the final thing I'm going to say is the President of the United States has offered anybody that is here that is not supposed to be here a plane ticket and $1,000 to leave the country and do it right. 95% of the people said, fuck you, President Trump, fine. The other 5% have left. Where do you think that's coming from? Where the plane tickets ain't motherfucking free. The jet fuel that they're using ain't free. Who's funding it? The federal government of the United States. I yield the floor, Shane.
All right, we got Freedom Hammer was up next.
Oh, absolutely. It's like I'm sick of funding it too, and it's just like in Hillsborough. We'll go back to that one, okay? Because I live here too. Okay, I notified Shane about some of this. Okay, so they're got another 200,000, okay, to fund these illegal immigrants to stay out of their work, to dodge ICE. Okay, they just did that recently. This is the second time around for that. That's coming out of our taxpayer funds, okay? Yeah, I'm sick of it too. There's no jobs around here now, okay? Businesses have left, closed down, even from COVID. Yeah, we're feeling it. And I'm feeling it just being a patriot because they know that and it's on my logos of my truck. So my company's taking a hit. So yeah, I'm done with it too. That's why I'm in this fight, and that's why I'm trying to get it out here in Hillsborough. Okay, so that's why we need everybody out here. And I mean screaming. Tomorrow. Okay, so that's all I got for now.
And then we have Funkmaster and then Lynx.
I just want to reiterate before I make my previous point, that everything from ants to elephants, territory by force, absolutely natural, comes from Mother Nature. In addition to that, my mother came from Cuba, and it wasn't easy. She came from a very difficult situation. She came as Castro's overthrow was happening. She had people in her school class with machine guns. She's the only one who made it over. All my family still lives in communism. I'll tell you, if you want a society collapse, you advocate for two things at once: social safety net and open borders. That is the recipe for destruction. It only took me 2 years in university to realize that when I took my ancient civilizations history class. So anyway, on scholarship as well. So, you know.
I just want to share something.
That's exactly why they did it. And then we got Lynx, and I see BC Preacher down there. If you want to come up and speak, man, grab a mic.
Hey, Shane, I don't mean to interrupt, but we've got to get some spots. So if people can drop down, if people can drop down to give other people a chance to come up and speak, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will get you back up. We're getting.
Absolutely.
We will get you back up. We're getting requests that we can't fill, and we want to obviously give everybody their chance to speak on any subject. So we really appreciate it. I see Mentally Idaho down there, stuff like that. So
I don't see any actual active requests. Do you see the requests, Sven?
Yeah, I'm approving them, but I'm realizing what's actually happening. So
Yep.
Um,
I know it's weird.
Thank you guys for being considerate and dropping down. Iceman, your hand was up.
Well, I was just asking, how do we drop down? I'll be happy to drop down. I'm setting
No,
my
we've got spots now. We've got spots.
Yeah, there's plenty now.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Listen, I don't. Shane, do you see any hands up right now? I don't want to cut anybody.
No, not right now, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. The world is run on money. That's a fact, right? And it's about who has it and who doesn't. I mean, there are people out there that cannot afford a stick of gum, let alone an internet connection or a phone. The federal government does provide services for people with disabilities, right? The federal government provides a lot of services to help. My point in saying this is the money that is being sent overseas for different grants and stuff like that. What I would like to see is all of that to stop. Let's take the money we are wastefully spending and put it towards the problems here in the United States to fix the problems, fund more programs for people. I mean, Sparky's a prime example. Sparky was out there, lives out there in California, I think it is, right? Or he used to, whatever the case may fucking be. He walked down Skid Row. The federal government can help clean that up. But the administration out there doesn't want help. They think they have it under control. We all know that that's bullshit. If they had it under control, Skid Row would not be what Skid Row is today, or yesterday, or the day before, or last year. I guess the whole point to all this is we need to fix our country before we can help fix another. Bottom line, Iceman, your hands up.
All right, he keep going back 200 years in history, but I put this in the chat. I put something there called the Cross of Gold speech, and the Cross of Gold speech was from 1894 from William Jennings Bryan. But one of the major platforms, of the planks of the platform of the Populist Party, was to adopt the silver standard. And the history on that was we were on the gold standard at that time, and they wanted to adopt silver as an additional standard because there was a limited amount of gold, and so farmers and populists wanted to go 16 to 1 on the gold standard. So if you read the Cross of Gold speech, it's one of the most famous political speeches in the history of political speeches, and he says something: "You shall not bear down on me bear down on the brow this cross of gold." So it's a really famous speech. But we went off the gold standard in, I think it was 1933, after the Great Depression under Franklin Delano Roosevelt, for domestic situations. And then in 1971, it was Richard Nixon that took us completely off the gold standard. So there's a whole history to how we got on and off the gold standard. But again, I keep going back, and that's why one of the reasons I took away I'm no longer a Republican, because I feel like I have more populist leanings. And what I like about them is that they put together a very succinct platform of what they believed in and how they wanted to change the United States. And that ended up going to, kind of all the amendments to the Constitution, they ended up being the impetus for like 4 or 5 of them, including direct election of senators, changing of the gold standard, the income tax, the Federal Reserve. So it all starts with, and people have talked about this, how do we change the system? You come up with ideas, but you've got to learn your history. So you have to read that. I put it in the chat if you guys get a chance. It's kind of long, but if you read that from William Jennings Bryan, it's a pretty interesting discussion and a very strong argument as to why we are where we are right now.
And that absolutely makes sense. But we cannot forget that different administrations have different ideas. Would you agree, Iceman?
I would, but that quote again is, "You shall not crucify mankind upon a cross of gold." And for those of you who know William Jennings Bryan, he was more of a preacher, a kind of an evangelist politician, and he actually ran for president 4 times and lost 4 times. He's the most losingest politician for president that we've had in our history. So he's got a whole nother history there. But yeah, I mean, that thing right there talks about why we went up the gold standard. And the thing is that we've had so many financial collapses in America, and they've all led to the situation that we're in right now. So there's a history to it, and if we were to have if the stock market were to crash and we were to have another financial collapse, this conversation would be a lot more pertinent. But people are just happy to be, fat, dumb, and happy as long as they're getting paid and they meet their bills, and it's not as much of an issue, at certain times in history. But it could very easily happen again, and somebody would come up with a new idea. But check into that Cross of Gold speech and look that up, because it has a lot to do with what we're talking about, and it all goes back to the populist. He was actually a Democrat, what they call a fusion Democrat. And I'll tell you another quick story. William Jennings Bryan and my great-great-grandfather were congressmen together. Bryan was only a congressman for 1 term or 2 years, from 1892 to 1894. And my great-great-grandfather, William Jennings Bryan, was served in the Congress from Nebraska at the same time, and they actually went on the train from Nebraska to Washington together as first-term congressmen. But William Jennings Bryan had a lot more illustrious political career, but his Cross of Gold speech is, like I said, one of the most famous political speeches in history that talks to this subject that we're talking about the gold standard.
Isn't that kind of why?
I'll bet you they were all in their 20s when they were heading over together, right? Like real young guys.
Yeah, he was like 34, I think, back in the days, and he was a farmer.
Oh, baby.
He was a hayseed farmer from western Nebraska, a little place called Broken Bow, Nebraska, and he just got pissed off because he worked really hard, and he just felt like he was getting ripped off, really, by the railroad men, because he'd bring his watermelons, like I said, down to the train station, and all these other farmers would be there at the train station with their watermelons.
God sometimes tells us, move. Still.
That's funny you say that. He was an atheist, and that's why he didn't really get along with William Jennings Bryan, because William Jennings Bryan was a really strong Christian. And for those of you who don't know, that other history of William Jennings Bryan, really quickly, and then I'll get off here, is he was the person who was in the Scopes monkey trial, who argued for creationism versus evolution. So he was very famous for being the proponent of creationism, God's word, rather than the evolution of science. And that's kind of where the whole country changed.
Mathematics, right? What are the odds that we could be alive at this point in our humanity without there being an intelligent design? Remember, a tornado hits a junkyard, and then they build a 747.
Yeah, exactly. You have to watch that. That was a good movie, too. I forget what it's called. Inherit the Wind is what it's called. I'll check it out.
Okay, the odds are astronomical. Okay, they're not possible. Never possible. Ever.
Isn't that kind of the gold standard? Isn't that why they killed Gaddafi as well? Because he wanted to go away from the petrodollar or whatever and go to gold standard?
As well as cutting off his entire country from the Western corrupted societal norms. They said he was doing isolationism. I think he was doing not letting the corruption come in from the West. Because remember, we were doing all a bunch of gay shit. We didn't even know we're Barney and those guys.
Milo? Well,
how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Good. I have a brilliant idea about a time when I went to Egypt and how they're running things there and how it could help us in the West. You know how the Muslim guy that was like a low-class Muslim attacked the guy with the auto shotgun and fired a few clicks, but he missed, right? Or whatever. You guys saw that video in Australia?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so in Egypt, they had a police force meant to protect Europeans only and Russians only. And they did not give a flying fuck about the Muslim people. And they're called tourism police, and they were dressed in blue. Each one had an AK-47, and it was all just like people that didn't really care much about the Quran, but they were Muslim, but they were more like trying to create a better democracy. It was like under a corrupt dictator, but he was very pro-West, like very like trying to create tourism.
Okay.
So if we had like a whole bunch of Muslims that were anti-Muslim police force, like they were like meant to like go to their own people and ask questions and not even give a fuck about us. All their job was to protect us. Like this could be a way to make them fight against one another too, in their own religion too, right?
Okay, so I'm trying to follow your point.
Welcome to my roast, apparently.
Okay, so if you had a class, like several classes, like a pyramid system of forces, you had like the CIA at the top, and then the FBI, and the chief of staff, of course, at the top, the very top. And then you would have it completely set up how it is now. You might even add like one more like CIA force, like that's more militant, that goes around like ICE, but it's more secret, like a secret service. And then you would have the very bottom be your Muslim police who like just go around looking for terrorism.
We kind of do.
In America, you guys are really good at it, but in all the lightly guarded European countries and like Australia and places, like we're really pathetic at it. Honestly, I think Canada will probably be targeted probably in a few years or less.
Okay, I hear you and thank you for your comment. Ladies and gentlemen, Portland Patriot, come up to the mic.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks, everyone, for coming on here. We're going to do this space a little shorter than we usually do. We're probably going to cut this one right about now, but thank you all for being on here. We'll do another one tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure what time yet, but feel free to join in. If you haven't spoke on here yet, feel free to speak. Anyone's welcome. I appreciate all of you guys. Much love and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate it. Just so everybody's aware, we are doing some restructuring and trying to make this space better for you guys. We will no longer tolerate any type of bashing or anything like that. We're going to be doing a lot of more moderation, stuff like that. So changes are coming. Please bear with us. We are trying to make this space and the Patriot War Room what it started out and intended to be.
So
we love everybody. We love everybody. We exactly want to make America better. Our voices, our talents, and our spaces, and it begins with everybody. We will no longer we will no longer tolerate infighting with anybody.
No more run by faggings.
Oh no, there will be run by faggings. Trust that will still. Oh, and Shane, let's put this dirty laundry out there real quick. Faggot.
Yeah, faggot.
This is a joke between Shane and myself. Okay? It's a joke.
No, it's not. He's really mean to me.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. You wanted to call me a faggot first, sir. Anyway, moving on. We love everybody. If you want to join the chat, I do have a Discord server that, you know, a lot of us go in and we, you know, we have fun and we talk about whatever. I mean, but we always in here are going to keep it respectful. I feel that, and the other moderators feel that it has gotten out of control and over the wayside, and it's going to stop. We love everybody, and as I say at the end of every space, we will see you later. Good night, America, and beyond.
have. I've done had so much
The thing
since.
is, none of these niggas know when it's.
Oh, hey, Mark. How you doing?
And you laugh with those funny buggy eyes. I mean, you're a great guy.
Yeah, so the reason he actually said it, I went to the Ask an Atheist or whatever room over the weekend. He said it. It's because he's pretty blind. That's what he said. Like he's actually like pretty blind.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So that's hard.
Way to make me feel awful there, Sam.
That's why Uncle Steve, I don't usually read.
Blind leading the blind.
I don't read the chats. That's why I got 17 mods. So they can read.
Way too busy in my power suit.
I think Uncle Abe here has decided to join us.
You guys are delusional.
Benjamin, did you end that envelope?
Did I what?
Did you end that last one?
No, I came here way before that.
Every day.
It must have been like 4 or 5 minutes. I think people got bored of the room as soon as I left because.
You're absolutely right. And when you see people
So,
in here,
yeah, I talked to James. Because obviously, Andrew wanted to have this conversation with me about, he wanted to stick his little Pokemon Sasha on me, talking about the
oh my gosh.
If God commands you to do something immoral, like kill your
You want to do a boring conversation, bro. You got to do Andrew and Sasha talking to each other.
Oh my god.
Oh man, if you could do an Andrew impression, that would be
That
great.
is so incredible. But Andrew and Sasha talking to each other.
Sasha talks with no personality.
No, it's a little.
Andrew, I know, Andrew.
I don't think Sasha can complete a sentence without like.
It's like him and Sully back and forth is like a fucking like fest. Yeah, so it's an principle like
that Abe up?
Abe is ready to come up.
I did.
He looks like he believes in the blockosphere.
I can't invite outside.
I'm starting a cult of self-flex.
Well, the Cubers, man, they got a strong
Let's mod you right now, see I'm you're part of the mod squad now. We can't see you. Oh, sorry. You know, I can't really see him in these libraries. Well, make moderator. There we go. We got it. We got it. CM, resident mathematician. CM, I've always wanted to know if I have a deck of cards and I place those cards down on the table and I slowly turn them over, one at a time. What is the probability that it'll say, "Go fuck yourself"?
Uncle Steve, man. That was so fun. I don't think he was there. This must have been back in like September, where out of nowhere, Pro just decided it was like a Sunday morning around right after it was Thursday.
Where's Broadley? Broadley just came up to ask the one question, did I bust the room? And then he left.
I'm Casey Kasem. Casey Kasem is like Uncle Steve's nice uncle. I'm Casey Kasem.
Let's get Wayfair up here.
Yeah, so Wayfair was in that room too, so he saw you go.
What's Abe all about?
What's up, Abe?
Yeah, how you doing, Pro? I'm impressed with Pro's impersonation there. That was pretty fucking on the mark.
Dude, Uncle Steve is on point, bro. Even Uncle Steve went in the room, and even he was like, yeah, this is really good.
Janet, yes, does he not?
Ray is riding some funny looking horse.
Oh yeah.
I can do a Wave fan impression, but I feel bad because he's nice.
Oh, I don't even know what he sounds like.
He's nice enough.
I don't remember what he said.
He drives me up a wall, but he's nice.
I can do a little Benjamin.
Talks like this. I mean, he wants to come on stage and say, "Yeah,
Oh my God.
come up."
It's actually really good, yo.
That's good.
Well, dude.
Yeah, see, I'm here. I'm trying to do Benjamin, but I can't get the tone right. Well, it's not that bad.
Yeah, the cadence is there. I kind of
Yeah, I'm all about the cadence.
Where are the debates?
You know what's funny is people hear me, and I often have a high voice, but I think I have a pretty deep register.
No, you have a lower voice than what I'm doing, but yeah.
No, but it's fair. I think the right side.
When you what? When you go, no.
Yeah, I get excited. It goes way up.
It's like it does the Jerry Seinfeld thing.
It's
like, yeah, with Kramer.
I just never talk from the basement.
Come on,
Maybe I should talk from the basement more often.
Did you hear the lows that I hit myself? Are you kidding me with that?
Way Pan came up. Look at that. Good evening, Way Pan. How are you this evening?
Yeah, I was talking. I was saying that there was no room. I was talking to myself.
You in the room when the room got ruined?
Rather than get fixed, at least
Hey, can you make one of those?
there's a room in a room.
What do you want me to say? I mean, I believe in God today. I might not believe tomorrow.
I've never heard him, but that's
It's just a ploy by the person on the
Yeah, that was one thing. You know, I think of Steve as a triple LARP. Do you understand why?
Why? I have no idea.
Because he says he's an uncle
Here's the other
who
take
is
that I have
an
on this.
atheist and a Jew.
In my opinion, which
I guess there's a lot of Jewish
people
atheists, right?
in this space agree, America is the best
But he's
country
not
to
an
ever live in.
He's clearly not a classic atheist. He's clearly not a classic Jew.
Because we were born in this
He's
country.
not an atheist?
We are
Well,
American
I mean,
citizens.
if you're going to vacillate between I'm a Jew and I'm an atheist at all time, and just flip the script and do the 3-card Monty, I mean,
I
I
don't
think he uses the Jew thing for like, you know.
like it's like getting into a club.
You can even define Jew, but I started to get suspicious about the Jew thing when he couldn't pronounce my name, because if there's one thing I know about my name,
It's very Jewish.
it's very Jewish.
Hello, Benjamin. This is Raed. I have heard you speak many times about the genocide in the Bible and how they are doing a genocide now, but I don't understand. Do you ever have a point about anything? Like, what do you actually believe in? How do you live your life? And the last question, Benjamin, is like,
I'm kind of short. It's almost rap.
We can't hear that well. That's why it talks so loud over you. I was trying to hear what Reed was saying.
He was laying it down.
He was saying that everything they do is filled with genocide, pretty much.
He was hitting the bars.
no, I was saying that Benjamin doesn't know what a fucking metaphor is and that he's low IQ schmuck. That's what I was saying.
Is he blaming me for it?
Now he's blaming you. That's usually a good road to take, Raid. Raid, you're usually safe if you tell him Benjamin doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh man, that's Kitover, bro. This is John. Reed. Oh.
It is pronounced Raed. I don't know why you're calling me Kitover, whatever that means. CM, your man bun is giving you away for being a beta orbital.
I love my man bun.
Beta.
That is Kitover.
Sorry,
your man bun.
This is not Kitover. This is Raed.
Right? How much?
Years old and she looked like a crackhead, and then you've seen 50-year-olds that look 24.
No,
it's how
don't look at her. She is a crackhead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh Lord. But I say that to be serious. You know, we have
Me too.
We have a pandemic, and me having medical background training, my 17-year-old